Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video. So this week I've got a very special guest that I will be interviewing today, and it is in relation with the car behind me. So this car is what my dad picked up. It is Randall Motorsports No.1, and today I've got a very special guest that I will be interviewing, and we'll be talking all about his business and about all of the cars he's built. So Gordon, come join me. So as I mentioned, today we're sat on the first ever car built by Randall Motorsports. And like I said, we've got our special guest, Gordon Randall, with us today. So he actually owned Randall Motorsports back in the day. How long ago would you say it was, Val?
We started, I think, in 1999.
So quite a long time ago.
Quite a long time ago.
So I think some of the younger generation, like myself really, doesn't really know much about Gordon or much about the business at all. So we're going to speak a lot about that today. So Gordon, give me a bit of background about Randall Motorsports and actually what you used to do.
Well, we started because there was a gap in supplying the parts to Formula 2s and Formula 1s at the race meetings. They used to have to borrow it from one another, wasn't very good. So if I could take the parts to the race meetings and sell them there, plus give a good service back at base, you know, in the week, we used to specialise in somebody rang in the day, it would be there the next day.
Yeah.
And you know, that was what it was all about. It was giving the drivers what they needed as soon as possible so they could get it prepared and repaired, ready for the next meeting.
I mean, stock cars is a really big, intense formula, isn't it? Like, you want to get everything repaired straight away, ready for the next weekend and things like that, so...
Absolutely, you know, absolutely. You've got to find good carriers to take the parcels. You've got to have all the boxes and the bits and bobs to wrap it all up. It's never ending, but they demand, you know, that you do that, and we were successful.
Yeah.
And then we found another... I went to Ireland, and then we developed some business over there. They hadn't got anywhere to supply them. Then I went to Holland. They hadn't got nobody. They were racing sheds. So we did a lot of business over in Holland, which has been good. And of course, like the Formula 2 now, there's probably more cars in Holland racing now than what there is in England.
Yeah, definitely. And it's about finding the gaps in the market, really, isn't it? And if there was somewhere where you could just slip in there and, you know, give everyone what they needed, then...
And you've got to do it 7 days a week.
Exactly.
You don't get no time
it never
off.
stops, does it?
Never
it never stops. So as well as supplying the parts, your business actually used to build the cars as well, didn't they?
Yes, we used to build. We started building one. This is the first one, and we built it all up, and we let John Mickel drive it for the first time at Swaffham.
Yep.
It won 2 heats, second in the final.
Amazing.
So it was a good car, and from that people ordered. I went to Holland, and senior Mr. Peters ordered 3, so that was brilliant. That was enough to keep us in work, and we got Paul Moose building them for us, making the chassis, and he was brilliant, you know. And I had my son-in-law Nigel Smith, he was designing and doing the drawings, and so it all worked.
Yeah, no, definitely. And when you've got the right people around you as well, actually helping you out and, you know, doing everything, you know, all as a team, and it all just works, doesn't it?
It all works, yeah. But you still got to devote all your life to it. You miss out on certain parts of your life.
100%, yeah.
And, you know, by you racing, you miss an awful lot out.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got your life to lead, but I decided that this is more important. So the wife was put on the back burner for a little while.
And a lot of racing people will say it takes over your life, doesn't it? It's a good thing, but it does take over your life, doesn't it?
It does, but you meet such nice people, brilliant people.
Definitely.
You know, you'll be sitting there, you'll be hungry, and somebody will bring you a sandwich. You know, I used to go there to Skegness on a Tuesday night, had no tea, and this woman used to bring me a curry.
Oh.
You know, nothing happened. Even like the officials and the promoters, you know, the promoters, everybody thinks they're, well, excuse my language, not very nice. But if you stop and talk to them, they're all there, and they're in business, and they're trying to earn a living. And if you can accept that, then you can all work together, you know. But this, you know, now they're paying to race on shale. Well, that's their choice.
Exactly, and without them people, like even the flag marshals, the pit crew, everyone, there would be no racing.
They would, and I mean, they get hardly anything, you know, but they're brilliant. It's all part of the team.
Exactly.
You know, the promoters, the staff. It's absolutely wonderful.
It is.
You know, you can't. There's nothing else like it in this
You
country.
can't fault any of them, can you?
No, I can't fault anybody. I have my favourite promoters and the less favourite promoters, as everybody does, but there you go.
So, I understand that you used to build the stock cars as a company, but what cars did you actually build?
We built the Formula 2s, and I think at the last count, they got up to 390 that we built.
Wow.
And there was some that we still can't identify who had them. And then we built, I think it was 3 or 4 national hot rods.
Okay.
We built 1 Formula 1 and several grass track cars.
Do you remember who the Formula 1 was for?
Yeah, Willie Peters.
Oh, okay.
And it ended up with, it ended up north somewhere. Stuart Finnegan.
Is it still going, do you know?
He said it was the best car he'd ever had. So
Oh, really?
he's probably got it stored somewhere now.
Oh, amazing. Did you
Yeah.
ever build the cars yourself? Or?
No, I'm the brains, and not the brawn.
Yeah. So now we've got a generic idea of Randall Motorsports. I'd love to know, how long were you actually going racing before this?
My brother-in-law took me once to Northampton, which was called Brayfield then, and that was 1957. And the track was cinders, which was like burnt coal.
Yeah.
It was quite entertaining, and like, I mean, there was only a metal rope, but what I remember, there were loads of barrels.
Okay.
And the cars would run over the barrels, tip over, and all kinds of
I
chaos.
suppose health and safety wasn't really at its strongest point.
No, we saw the Bangers race there, first meeting, load of Americans, and they had old cars, but they forgot to take the glass out, the side windows, because they were pure glass. So they were getting stabbed with shards of glass.
Oh, goodness.
So I've been going quite a long while.
Yeah.
And then my cousin, he started racing Formula 2s, started racing at Boston. I was starting my business as a carpet dealer.
Okay.
And then I did that for about several years, well, I can't remember now, probably 10 years.
Okay.
And then I was mechanicking for my cousin, Robin Randall.
Is this for stock cars?
This was super stocks.
Okay.
And we travelled all over England really, and Holland, and he was very successful. He was European, British, whatever. So that gave me a good starting point.
Yeah.
Because I learnt the old fella's way of doing things.
Yes.
And them days, you got to remember, everything we had to put on the cars was second hand.
Yeah.
And it was easy to find. If you wanted a diff, you know, you could buy like 50 diffs. We used to throw away 3 9s because they were no good. Steering racks, you get 50, 60 of them. So we was using all second-hand parts, tidying them up and reconditioning them, where nowadays you can't find them, so they've got to make them. So it's becoming more expensive.
Would you say that the crowd was a lot better back then, or did it kind of build up?
Oh my God.
And now I understand it's gone down a bit now.
When you went in sort of 60s and 70s, you couldn't move.
Really?
There were thousands there.
Oh my God.
You know, it was jam-packed. It was because there was nothing. There was nothing on. You couldn't go anywhere. The shops on a Sunday were closed. There was no shop.
I suppose it was a lot cheaper back then as well. It was like 50 quid for a speed weekend these days.
Yeah, that's right. You could probably get in for 50p. You know, but I mean, there was nothing. The only thing you could go to was church, and none of us particularly wanted to go to the church.
No.
We preferred to go to the stock cars. And I mean, the local stock car driver to where I lived was Keith Barber.
Okay.
And
I have no idea who that is.
Keith Barber. Well, he was a carpenter. We had a carpenter shop in Stangrend in Peterborough.
Yeah.
And he later was the promoter of Long Eaton, and he also was the editor of Stock Car magazine. Nice man. And I followed him. He was one of my favourites.
Oh, good.
I dare tell him that now. Nowadays, to go to a meeting is quite expensive, so being on a old age pension, you don't go.
No.
And it just looks so boring, you know, that everybody now's got a racing car.
Yeah.
They've spent an absolute fortune on it, and they dared damage it, so it's just not the same.
I think what some people don't realise as well is the luxury it actually is to have a race car, because it's a lot more expensive than what some people realise.
Oh, absolutely, because I mean, even going to the meeting, you've got to put your diesel in your truck.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, you need your petrol for your car, and you only got to have a slight bit of damage.
And then that's it then.
Pounds, yeah. Pounds. Especially with these fancy cars.
Yeah.
I call them fancy cars, but they're all so expensive now, the bits. And I don't know how people afford it, because, I mean, years ago, they used to get paid to race.
Yes.
You know, and that's all finished now. You pay to race now, so...
Yeah, you do. I mean, in F1s, we do get paid to race, but it'll never be as much as what it used to be back then.
No, because you could win like a month's wages on, you know, on a final.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
It was fantastic. Well, I started work in 1961,
Yeah.
and I worked 5.5 days a week, and I got £2.50,
Oh,
and that was my
Well,
weekly wage.
nice.
You know?
That's worse than mine.
So you could afford 2 pints of beer and a packet of fags.
So, fast forwarding a bit now, Gordon, what did you used to do to promote the business back in the day?
By going to every meeting humanly possible, sleeping in the van overnight when it was a Saturday and Sunday.
Did you sleep over the front seats?
Yeah, across the front seats, yeah. And I used to go to Cowdenbeath. I used to go up there Friday night and go and see the drivers on Saturday, and then we'd do the meeting on Saturday, sell whatever, and then drive back home. Get home at say 4 in the morning, have a few hours sleep, and head again.
Oh goodness! What? So you brought all like the parts in the back of the van, and then had the stalls out.
Yeah, and then you went back to the base just to restock.
And then back again.
And back again. So it was constantly, you're up the road, you know. And if you was doing Holland,
Yeah.
I used to set off on a Friday night around about 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
catch the midnight ferry, drive all the way there near Ben Ray, and then sleep in a lay-by sort of ferry station. Oh dear.
So did you get good business out of doing that then?
Yeah, of course you did. Because they realised what you was doing, and that was an easy way for them to get their parts.
Yeah.
You know, that without costing too much money. You know, because if not, they had to pay delivery or whatever,
Yes.
or freight. You know, so doing it that way. I mean, I actually took parts over there for Higman.
Yeah.
You know, I took Hoosier tyres over there and loads of different things just to help people.
And it's really convenient, isn't it? Because you're always getting damage at a meeting all the time. So
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, I need to meet. Oh, just go over to Gordon.
Sometimes, some meetings you get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Particularly when there's a lot of cars. But of course, like years ago, you'd probably have 30 cars in a race,
Yeah.
and there'd be 20 of them be novices or white tops, fence fodder, I think they used to call them.
Right. I see.
Fence fodder. And then
Bit
you'd
like
have
me.
so there was always a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But they did get their own
Which was
back.
good for the business, so it's all right.
I could tell you one story. We was racing one night at Skegness, and I followed this man for many, many years called
Yeah.
Jim Earl.
Okay.
And he raced Formula 2s.
Yeah.
And he never got in any trouble, but this night he got in trouble. He hit the fence post against the start and finish.
Oh God.
So anyway, come out. I say, all right, Jim. And he only had one tooth, poor old bugger. He only had one tooth. When he hit the fence post, it half broke off. So I said, what are you going to do, Jim? And his wife was named Blossom.
Right.
He said to Blossom, go and get the bloody pliers. And he stood there and he
No,
put the
he didn't.
pliers on his tooth and he pulled
Oh my God.
He pulled his tooth out.
Right in front of you.
And that was Blossom. Jim Earl, bless him.
Oh. What? Only one singular tooth?
Yeah, that's all he got in his mouth.
Ooh.
You know.
Was it one of the front ones as well? That
It
you had
was
left?
right at the front. Yeah,
No.
just like one hanging tooth.
And he just, oh no. Did he not even like flinch?
No, that was Jim.
Oh, sounds like a good lad. So Gordon, would you say that it took a lot of work to get Randall Motorsports built up, or was it very big from the get-go?
It was hard work. When I first started, there were certain things I couldn't get because the other people that were selling the parts had put the block on it. So I had to look for various different parts. So I had to go to America to source parts,
Oh, really?
which I did, yeah. I used to go every year. You know, it was hard work trying to find the stuff. It's easy selling things if it's right. It's finding them at the right price. It's like I remember when I first started, the tyre was Avon 7.3s, which I asked the man from Waltham Services if I could buy the Avon 7.3s, and he said no. The other firm that sold them wouldn't let him sell them to me. But he said, I've got a way out of it. If you pay me what the driver pays me, the retail price, I will sell you them. So I bought them at retail price and sold them to the drivers at retail price. Nothing. But it was a service.
Yes.
You know, the drivers appreciated that. And then the other firm gradually went, or disappeared. So then they let me have some little tiny discount on the tyres. I think on the tyres you only earned about £2.70.
Really?
Yeah, that's all it was. It was ridiculous.
Was that like more? How much would that be like nowadays?
Well, the trouble was you took a credit card, you lost.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, the charge of the credit card.
Yeah.
What's the tyres now? They were about 50 quid?
I don't know, how much are the tyres?
The tyres what they're on now are 50 quid, yeah.
50 quid. I think that's a good price, really.
And how much were they back then?
I think there was 67?
67, yeah.
67 pen. I mean, the man that bought them
They were more
high flies-
expensive back then?
Yeah, they were. You couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
But the man who bought the high flies, you know, he should have. I think it was John Palmer who was the person who had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Pretty good luck to him. I think that's brilliant. He's done the Formula 2s a world of good by bringing in a competitive, cheap tyre. Well done, John.
So a prime example of how good the cars actually were, this is my dad's Randall F2 that he won 2 world finals with, one actually being the year after Randall Motorsports actually started building F2s. So this is your world final winning car of 2 times. So the first time was in 2000 at Kings Lynn, is that correct?
Yes.
And then the second time was on tarmac at Northampton when it used to be tarmac and now it's obviously shale. So I've not actually seen this car out of the container for a while. So what was the story behind this car? How did you actually come about getting it?
Well, I raced my own car that I'd built in '99 at Buxton World and finished second to Rob. And somebody on the day wanted to buy the car and I sold it there and then on the day. So I was just having a bit of a laugh with Gordon and I said, oh, you can build us a car for next year. And then, you know, we spoke about a week later and, you know, he did me a bit of a sponsorship deal and I just asked him if he could just do a slight few modifications, you know, to how I liked it. And
then you went and won the world final in it, 2 years on the trot.
Yeah, and then, you know, I won Scottish Championship with it, European Championship, 2 world finals, one on shale, one on tarmac, but you can't seem to do that these days with the same car.
No, they seemed to be really good on both surfaces, didn't they? You said that you went one day on, you did a tarmac meeting, and then the next day you do a shale meeting, and then...
And win on both surfaces, just knowing a few slight modifications to do to the car.
So I think this was a really good kickstart to his business, really, because, you know...
I think it obviously helped him, moved him on, and, you know, which that's what you do when people like sponsor you, you know, you
promote their...
You know, you promote their item and, you know, and obviously I think it took off a bit from there.
So I already know the answer to this question, but a lot of people won't know. What did you actually do to get this car back? Because we haven't actually had it sat at the yard for 20 plus years, have we?
No, I sold it. Well, I did a swap with another Randall to a mate of mine, Colin Dimlow, who borrowed it a few times and won everything in it and just wanted the car. so he had it for a while, and then, you know, he sold it on, and it must have gone round here, there and everywhere, and I found it back. I think it had been racing Superstocks, so I bought it back again, revamped it all, and then I ended up selling it again, and a lad in the Outlaws, he went out and won gold in it, and then it went, must have had 15, 20 owners, and Crispin Roosevelt asked me one day, says, do you know where that car is? So I went on the hunt and found it in Holland. So I did him a trade-in with a slightly newer Randall that I had in, and I got it back, revamped it once, and then it's trashed again. So
That was in the semi-final in F2s at Taunton?
No, it wasn't the semi-finals. I think it was just a normal speed weekend meeting.
Someone drove over the front of the bonnet, didn't they? And
Yeah, so we trashed it again, and
it's been sat in the container ever since, really.
yeah, and it just, you know, needs to get refreshed again.
So obviously we will plan to refresh this, as this is probably one of the best bits of history that you actually own, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think now it'll always be an ornament, and when it finishes racing, I'll put it on top of the chimney.
So how many years were you actually involved in Randall Motorsports for in the end?
I think it must be getting on for 40 years. It seems an awful long while.
That is a very long time.
It's a long time. I'm now 79 and I feel like I'm 18, but the body's about 90.
Oh, God.
You know, but that's how you feel when you get older. It's been a brilliant experience in lifetime to support Formula 2s and the drivers. I met lovely people. You can't beat it. You know, what else could I have done? I mean, I could have been a womaniser. I could have been a drunkard. I could have been a drug addict. But no, I decided stock cars were for me. So that's me.
So what were actually your favourite memories?
The favourite memories really is Daz winning the world final, Willie Peters winning the world final, all the drivers that won the world final, and of course Bert Finnegan, Uncle Bert as I called him, because he was everybody's person who they would like to be their uncle.
Yeah.
You know, he was a lovely bloke, really. Yeah, just remembering that and remembering the lovely people, and also the people who've now passed away that we've all forgotten.
So I'm aware that Randall Motorsports is still in business but not run by you anymore. So when did you actually take a back seat from the business?
It's about 25 years ago.
Oh, good.
Something
So
like
quite a while then.
Quite a while, yeah. Yeah, I packed up because my wife had cancer.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I messed her about all my life by not being there going to bed. I decided we'd do the opposite. I bought a motorhome and a caravan and off we went.
Oh, amazing.
So, you know, we lived our lives.
Yeah.
So that's when I packed up.
Is that what you've kind of been doing since then?
Yeah, I still can't stop buying and selling. Can't. It's just born in you. But there you go. That's just one of them things, really.
Is that kind of what you're up to now then? Because I think no one's really seen you around racing recently.
No, I can't afford to go. The old age pensions won't stretch doing that.
Yeah.
And all those people or promoters you gave thousands of pounds for prize money all seem to have forgot you. But you've got to have something to do in old age. Otherwise you just sit and watch the telly all day.
Oh, well.
Or get yourself in trouble.
Oh, well, you don't get yourself in trouble.
No, stay away from that.
So starting to wrap the video up now, we look at the first ever F2 and actual stock car that Randall Motorsports ever built. So Gordon, what was the actual idea behind building this car?
It's a car we built to see if we could produce a competitive car that could win for reasonable money.
Yeah.
Because if I remember in the early days, a complete car with new everything was 12 grand.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was. Had a brand new engine, Tranix gearbox, diff, painted, sign written, just get in it and go, 12 grand. So that's why we built this one, just to make sure that we could build one, and it had a lot. We had no CADs or anything like that.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a technical drawing. It's just an old man's car with all the bits pointing in the right direction. And I remember your dad when he ordered one he said, I want this measurement from there to there and that measurement from there to there.
He's always been picky, hasn't he?
Right, that's no problem. I didn't take a bomb nose of it.
So it wasn't actually built for a specific person then?
No.
So how many people do you think actually raced in this car?
I think there must have been 20 people raced it at various times. I remember Willie Peters racing it at Coventry on the Shale and tipped it upside down.
Did he?
Yeah, I do remember that. Cost me an aerofoil.
So my dad is just going to share a funny story that he's got about an aerofoil and Gordon sponsoring him a car.
Yeah, when Gordon sponsored me Randall, my pink car and that, and
Which I will show.
Yeah, and he splashed out and gave me one of them American aerofoils that used to get in a round tube, that the dearest you could buy and probably the lightest ones you could buy. And I went out, I think, for one of the first Swaffens, come off pit bend, clipped a tyre inside round and stuck it upside down on his roof. I don't think he were right happy.
No.
Were you happy about that?
No. There you go. My star driver.
So Gordon, how does it make you feel that you've now let go of the last piece of memorabilia from when you run Randall Motorsports? Are you happy to see it in the hands of me and my dad? Because we're going to be restoring it and essentially bringing it back to life.
I'm very happy because it's in the hands of the right people. I know Daz will make a brilliant job of it, and it's up to you not to tip it upside down. So,
Well,
I'm very happy because
if it's not him, then it'll be me.
yeah, it's you know, if not, it'll just rot away, won't it?
I mean,
It's preserving.
I mean, yeah, I think the man who's looked after it for years obviously kept it in good condition,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't think it'll take a great deal of getting back up, not like some of the Eagles have had that have been sat in fields for 20 years, you know, so I think it'll be all right, and I want to put it back on track as it was originally built from day one.
Yeah.
Is there any drivers that have really stood out to you, past and present, through the years that you really just want to speak about?
I think Bill Batten, definitely. Rob Speake was amazing. That bloke could see a race on the other side of the track. He knew when things were going to happen.
Yeah.
He was absolutely marvellous. The other one, of course, Mark Simpson, just keep plodding along. Brilliant, lovely family. And then, of course, we come to Bert Finnegan.
Yeah.
Uncle Bert, I called him. he was the master of shale.
Yeah.
And his brother Alan, making sure that this was right, that was right. They were absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure they were in Formula Ones, but in Formula Twos, they were amazing. So, and there was loads of drivers. You know, there was umpteen people. There was, you know, like, you can't remember them all, but,
Yeah.
you know, there was Malcolm Locke. You know, there was Chalky White. I mean, I've got a story about Chalky White.
Go on.
Did you want to hear it?
Yes.
We went to Cairn Beath and
Okay.
it was some big race.
Yeah.
And he was very loud. And we went to the gents' toilet,
Okay.
right, and he stood there at the urinal with all these blokes and he said, look, no hands. And he went, oh, bugger, I'll piss myself. And
Nice.
that is absolutely true.
So that just leaves me to say thank you so much, Gordon, for being here today and taking time out of your very busy retirement schedule.
Well, I think it's been absolutely brilliant. I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so
And I
much.
hope people watch this. I made a few little comments that I probably shouldn't have, but
Well,
I hope that's interesting.
editing is there for a reason.
Yeah, I think so.
But no, I really hope to see you back once we've actually
Done
built this car up, and I really hope that some of the old timers, as you like to call them, have liked seeing your face again, because I suppose
Probably.
If not-
Probably I still owe me money.
pay up, guys.
Yeah.
He holds grudges. And I also hope that people that don't really know much about the business or about you have actually learned something new and actually had a bit of an insight into the history of motorsports.
If they got any questions, let them ask it.
Yeah,
Then I
absolutely.
can always reply.
Amazing.
I'll go through you.
Yeah, but thank you so much for being here today.
No
I
problem.
really, really
I've enjoyed
appreciate it.
And you're not married.
No, I'm not married.